Alright, so here's this Mike Train house, Fairbanks, Morse, Santa Fe. Really nice engine. There was some rattling going on inside, and I thought it might have needed a battery. Supposedly it has a battery. But when I took the top off, voila, no battery. But we do have a loose board that's bouncing around in here. Now, under this board, light under there maybe, you can see this thingamajig. This is a full wave bridge rectifier. They don't normally get hot unless they're really, really pumping out the power. But then again, I don't know what this thing is all about. It's got these huge diodes, which look like, damn, at least 6 amp diodes. I don't know what they are. Very heavy duty diodes. No battery, no sign of a battery. I don't know if this was changed, upgraded. There's this QSI board in here. I have no idea what was done to this engine. All I know is the horn blows. There's no battery. Doesn't seem to blow very well, but it blows. Now, here's the problem here, what we need to do. I got the parts that fell out in this can. Let me get them out. Okay, now this screw came up through the bottom and was actually held captive by this. It was in here. So I had to remove this in order to get to the screw. The nut was gone. So I had to find the nut, and I added a couple of washers. So this is going to come up and go through this. This is the spacer. And it looks like there's a little heatsink compound on there. A silicone heatsink compound. So we have some of that over here. I'm going to put some of that on there. In case the rectifier gets hot, it's able to transfer the heat to this little aluminum spacer. It acts as a heat sink. Alright, so I'm going to see if I can get this camera hooked up so I could use 2 hands and see if we can get this together. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this together. This is the smoke unit, by the way. This thing's a little loose too. Alright, so it looks like we don't need the nut or the washers because this is threaded. So when it comes up from the bottom, it'll go into a threaded thingamajig there. So let's put this in the bottom. Get this on it. Okay, this is going to go up to here. Get it started. Okay, now what we're going to do, we got the space in between there. I'm going to get a little bit of this heat sink compound. Look at this. This is from Archer, Radio Shack. That's how long I got it. Alright, let's get a little bit of this in there. Not a lot, just a little tiny bit, because it's going to smush as soon as we bear down on the screw. Just want to get a wee bit in there. Bit on the end of this stick, and move this camera down a little. A little on the end of the stick. Yeah, this is used on. Let me get some of this stuff out of here. This is used on power transistors, on amplifiers, all sorts of stuff. Anytime you have a semiconductor where you need to worry about heat transfer. Yeah, that's way more than enough. That's going to squish. Wipe that off. Maybe a little too much in there. Get some of it out. Yeah. I mean, you need like an infinitesimal amount, because it's going to spread. Spread like crazy when you squish it down. Alright, now we can tighten that screw up. Actually, there's one other thing that goes in here. Where is it? This little pad goes under here. Like that. And that goes like that. Yeah, we can tighten this, and that should hold it down. I hope. Alright, now we got the camera fixed. Tighten this up. Alright, so now the board is very well secured. It's got the padding under there like it should. Alright, now we very carefully lay this way. We have to put this back. See, good thing when that screw broke loose, it couldn't get lost because it remained captive because of this, the speaker housing. So now we put the speaker housing back. Alright, so we got to get these screws. And those holes. These hold that speaker cover in place. There's the screwdriver. There's the second one. There's 4 screws that hold that speaker in place. Screws go in from the inside. Pinch any wires. Make sure it's relatively straight. At least with these engines, you don't have to worry about the magnetraction grabbing screws, even though I'd rather have the magnet traction than these rubber things they got on here. Okay, so that looks okay. It's straight. Tighten these down. Okay, so the speaker cover is back in place. Board is well attached. Everything is nice and straight. Okay. Alright, so now we could put the cover back on. These not only have the end screws, there's also the two screws that are just like offset from the middle. There we go. Turn it over. Here's our remaining 4 screws. The long one's going here. And we will get the bigger screwdriver to tighten those down. Okay. Now we get those 2 end screws. Okay, you don't want to over tighten those, you don't want to crack anything. No, I was just having an issue with it fitting on this end. The smoke unit thing goes this way, so it lines up with the 2 holes this way. I had it going that way. That's wrong. It's got to go this way. That's why I couldn't get this pressed down all the way. Yeah, anytime you're putting one of these together and something doesn't seem to be lining up right, just hold everything and see what's going on, because chances are something's not together right, because they usually go together beautifully, as it is now. As it is now. Okay, screw back in, and we're done. We'll test it out. We'll test it out, and then we'll test it out outside on the layout. My little tiny layout. A beautiful engine, huh? It's a gorgeous engine. Not that it's in one piece again. No more engine parts rattling around. Alright, let's get some track and see if we can get this tested. Alright, so here it is, the initial test. Let's see what happens. Power it up. Let's see, nothing. Oh, there it goes. It was in neutral. Started out in neutral. Looks beautiful. Boy, that runs quiet. Look at that. Boy, it could crawl. Not exactly the greatest horn in the world. Yep, what happened? Alright, so that looks like it. Oop, there goes the camera again. Alright, so we got it working. Yeah, I guess we'll put it out on the railroad. The horn leaves a little to be desired. And it seems to be, this relay is sticking a little bit going in the other direction. Well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, there you have it. Beautiful Fairbanks Morse. Yep, beautiful Fairbanks Morse. Santa Fe diesel. Ready to roll. Okay.